In the next 2 minutes, I want to make you think about and reflect on embracing struggle as part of your classroom routines. Now, I've talked quite often about silent focus and letting students have independent time where it's quiet and we're not going to help students. And this links perfectly into that we need to get our students to struggle, okay? We need to allow them to be working in a safe environment in our classroom in difficult conditions where we are going to put them in conditions purposefully where they are going to struggle. Because if they always get things right, or they're always able to kind of put their hand up and ask a question when they get stuck, they're going to get used to that comfort blanket. And when it comes to an exam or an assessment, when that question comes up that they're not sure of, we haven't taught them the skill to struggle and to work out how to be resilient to get through it. That idea of kind of how do I know what to do when I don't know what to do? What am I going to call on myself? How am I going to work through this myself? So it's allowing those periods of time where you're openly going to say to your children in your classroom, this might be difficult. Some of you might get stuck on this, but that's great because I want you to get stuck. And they'll be like, what? Well, I want you to get stuck because I want you to work out how to get unstuck. I want you to struggle. I'm putting you in conditions like this so that when it gets to a test, when it gets to an assessment, when it gets to an end of year exam, you know what struggle feels like. And equally, you can call on certain skills and techniques that I have taught you to get unstuck. And it's about how you then teach those techniques of, well, what does this mean? And what am I going to do when I don't know what to do? And how am I going to reread it again? And what knowledge can I call upon from different units to help me with this? But manufacturing situations where you are going to let them struggle and you're going to put them in situations where initially they all might stare at the blank piece of paper and go, I'm stuck. That's fine. It's how we then help them and how we help them with techniques so that next time, again, we're not helping them by just answering questions all the time, but we're giving them a toolbox of skills so that they can get unstuck when they become stuck. So embrace struggle, create scenarios where you know they're going to struggle and be open with it. Shouldn't be a surprise. I'm giving this because, and I think you're going to struggle, but I'm not going to help you because I want to see if you can get it. And I think that making it really open with that and really clarifying that is a lot easier for students rather than suddenly thinking, I'm stuck, I don't know what to do. So how can you embrace struggle? How can you create situations where you can manufacture that in your classroom?